Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
Joining us this morning from the Yuma County Sheriff's Office, we have Tanya Pavlak. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we have Sergeant Mraz.
Good morning.
Am I getting your title right there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm like,
She's been calling you that all week, so I hope she's got it right.
It's like when you know people away from the office
Yes,
too.
you just, no, she's been calling you that all week, so I hope that's what it is.
Well, we have you both here today because we're going to be talking about something very important to the community.
Mm-hmm.
It's a program that's been around a long time, but we just want to clarify for the community that the service is free, and those who are able to actually sign up for this beneficial program, it's the Are You OK program through the Yuma County Sheriff's Office. Now, Sergeant Mraz, you're going to give us some details on how the program works and how people, if they meet the parameters of those who qualify, how they can actually get signed up.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me start off by saying that it is a free program. There is no charge for this, and I know there's been couple cases here recently where someone may have been scammed into believing that it wasn't free. So again, we start off by saying that yes, it is a free program. And what it is, it's a computer-generated phone call to people to check on their welfare every day. It's designed mostly for seniors, people that are disabled, can't get around, live by themselves, on those types of conditions. It's a computer-generated call that goes out every day at the time of the participants choosing, just to make sure that they're okay. If the person does not answer the phone, the computer will try it back again within a couple of minutes. And if there's still no answer after a second phone call, it generates a call in our dispatch center. And then our dispatch will try to contact these people directly. If after that attempt there is still negative contact, we will send a deputy out to the residents to check on the welfare of these people.
All right, and it's very important. And some of the information provided when individuals sign up and when they kind of have the initial contact with the sheriff's office, you designate a neighbor or another individual. If you're going out of town, you need to contact and let the sheriff's office know you will not be there. If you're going on vacation or anything like that.
Correct.
But in the event that someone is in a situation, Sergeant, where they're not able to get to the door, they've fallen, or any litany of things that may have occurred, how does the sheriff's office gain office to that residence?
Well, as part of the sign-up process, we prefer that they leave a key with a neighbor or a family member, and they leave that contact information with us on file. So once they fill out their paperwork that they want to become a part of the program, let's say the neighbor to the house to the north of you, we have their name and their address and they have a key. So if we have to respond to the house and the house is secured, we will go to the neighbor to try to get the keys to get access to it, or call a family member of whatever contacts they leave on file with us.
Okay, and that way they can meet deputies there.
Yes.
To make sure everything is okay. And it's such a vital service. We've had people, in the past, we've done interviews with YCSO, and I think each time Teresa will get a call in the front office later saying, can you give me that info again? Yeah, and that's good because it means we're reaching people who are able to learn about this vital program that's offered, again, free, but they will share that it might be themselves. They don't have family locally that they can call if there's a situation, or they have family members that still could use some assistance in the event that maybe their kids have to leave. And again, it primarily is for seniors in our community, but there might be vulnerable individuals who
that is correct, and on those we will look at those cases individually on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, and I also saw in the paperwork, because I did pull up the website the other day when I first started hearing that there were some things happening in the community, and again, a case-by-case basis might be a husband and wife situation where they both may need assistance.
That is correct.
And that, again, would be addressed
Correct.
On that case-by-case basis. All right, if someone is interested in signing up for the Are You OK program, how do they go about doing that?
Well, there's two ways. One, the form is located on the Yuma County Sheriff's Office website, yumacountysheriff.org, or by calling my office directly, and my number is 928-819-2212, and we can set up an appointment. And by setting up an appointment, I will have more than likely one of our volunteer units go out to your house, help you fill out the necessary paperwork that we have, and go from there.
All right, and it's not a difficult process. It's
Not
just a
at
matter of getting all the information, all the ducks in a row,
Correct.
and making sure that everything is connected. But again, it's simple to sign up for. If you know someone who could benefit, please share this information with them.
And I think it's important to reiterate, this is a free service.
And it's a free service available to everyone in the county and the city.
So you don't actually have to be in the county.
Correct.
Okay.
And if you are in the city, the dispatchers will then send an alert out to the appropriate agency to go do that welfare check.
And sometimes people think, oh, the city falls within the city. The city of Yuma is within Yuma County.
Yes.
So the sheriff's office can respond to any situations, that fall therein. But I think it's important, again, that we share this with people that we feel it could be very beneficial to. I'm sure that you see an increase tragically in calls during our hot summer months.
Well, and we know that a lot of our seniors and elders, they like that independence. So they might not want somebody there all the time. But, hey, this is just a way to say, hey, we just want to make sure you're okay today. Everything's going good. Perfect. We're good. But it's a way that they, because we know that a lot of them still will live on their own, and because of independence and having to rely on people is a hard thing for a lot of our seniors. So this is a way you can still get them checked on, and then, if God forbid something happened, there's somebody that can be there to help them right away.
Yeah, and not only that, but when you get your phone call every day, it's a quick process. You're not on the phone for 10 to 15 minutes.
Good.
It's probably a 15 to 30 second process. It's a pre-recorded message, and it basically asks you, if you're okay, press 1. If you need assistance, press 2.
Okay.
And it goes from there.
It's easy. What I love too, though, is the peace of mind that it can provide loved ones.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that is worth it right there too, because we worry about our family members,
Yes, we do.
especially as they start to age. And again, like Teresa said, it's a pride thing. They don't always want. I know they need the interaction. Sometimes they might not always want it, but the phone call at least kind of provides that first level of protection there. If you think about it from that perspective, to help keep individuals safe. All right, again, very easy. Go to the Yuma County Sheriff's Office website. Or if someone doesn't utilize the website, Sergeant, are applications available at the substation or the main office?
Yes, they can just contact my office directly. That's the number I gave earlier, the 928-819-2212.
Perfect.
And
Now,
you'll send somebody out?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
it'll be a volunteer.
Perfect.
They're still dressed in uniform, and they'll come out and take your information.
That is correct.
All right. Now, if anyone, I know things that have changed with COVID, but obviously volunteers are still an integral part of many of our agencies, the Sheriff's Office included.
Yes.
If someone is interested in becoming a volunteer with the Yuma County Sheriff's Office, what is involved with that process?
Same thing as any other applicant. They would apply to become a volunteer, and we would conduct a background check, just like any other, normal civilian hire would be, and then just take the process forward from there.
All right. And it's important. Our volunteers provide a lot of man hours.
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
yeah.
And when you see the breakdown, especially on the annual basis of how much activity they contributed, that saves us taxpayer dollars. So our budget dollars can be utilized elsewhere. It's a very, very vital service. And again, if it's something you're interested in doing, maybe you're retired, maybe you're not, but you still want to get involved and get a couple hours in here or there.
I don't think the community realizes that they see them out. They probably think they're regular,
Deputies,
deputies, but there's actually so many volunteers that we see out at different events around the community all the time.
Yes.
Even like doing traffic control during accidents and such, those are normally volunteers out there.
Wow.
So
I
very,
didn't know that.
very important. Again, if you're interested, certainly check that out. All right, now Tanya, we've been seeing a variety of scams across the board, and I know it's like, oh, same scam, but they've put a new twist on it, or just the old ones they just keep resurfacing because the scammers obviously have some level of success with any of these, and we've heard from several people where they will share, well, why do you do this? Why do you scam people? I make money. I don't do a lot of work, but I make money. So they're going to continue to do so. I know that we had some people in the community, East County, saw a lot of activity from the microburst a few weeks ago. We had last Friday's storm. if people had damage to their homes, that usually draws out some of the seedy underbelly of the individuals, the door-to-door people kind of scamming as contractors. Hey, this is how it goes down. I've been doing some work in the area for your neighbors. They had some roof damage. I have extra supplies. I will do it for you at a cut rate. Well, guess what? It's probably, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And they're either not going to do the work, they're going to take your money, or they're going to do a very shoddy job. So using a licensed and insured, bonded individuals to do the repairs on your home, it's important. It keeps you safe too, because what if they get hurt while they're up there?
Yeah, I mean, and we have an association where you can call and actually check their contracting license. So you can contact Southwest Contractors and do, you know, a checkup on them, obviously, as well with our BBB to see if they are a legitimate business. And just do your research before hiring someone to do
The
a
Arizona,
big job like that.
yeah, the Arizona Registrar of Contractors has a listing too. That's one of the important. The seasonal thing with the monsoons always reminds me of that, because years where we've had a lot of damage across the entire county, we start to see more of those people come out. But
And I like that you know, make sure that they're licensed, you know, in our community. That was one of the big things. We had somebody coming door to door. Was it last week? I think it was last week. They put the little yellow public notice on our door last week, and then within a couple of days we had 2 individuals at our home trying to make an appointment for a energy analysis. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to let you in my house. And the gentleman was kind of rude. Really, you don't want this? No, I don't. And I didn't ask for their license, but I'm leery of door-to-door people, because you just don't know. I even shut the door behind me. Most of the time I don't go out, but I'll pull the door behind me and I'm standing, you know, with my security screen, because those types of people, it's happened many a times where they're trying to scam people, or they're just trying to case your house to see what's in there so that they can come back later. You know, I know it's kind of like, well, she's a little paranoid. No, but it happens in our community.
Absolutely, yes, it does. And we encourage you not to let anybody into your home, especially if they come near your door or to your home unsolicited. So.
And I think it's funny, because they were supposedly making these appointments for this person that was coming down to do this energy analysis, and oh wow, you know, it was made public that these people are not allowed to be with they weren't licensed to do business in city limits, or probably even in the county, and all of a sudden they disappeared. So there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
Yes.
And we get it. Unfortunately, we get it a lot. So just be mindful. And if you recognize something like this, please let your neighbors know, because they may not know. They may not know. They may be ones that fall victim and set up that quote unquote appointment.
Well, this is important. Why it comes back to get to know your neighbors. They're kind of that extra line of eyes and ears for you if you're not able to be there. And what I like is, I know my neighbor, actually all my neighbors around me have security systems and cameras. So there's different angles. We've got multiple cameras on our property, and the people across the street get like the corner that we might not see. So think of it as that 360 security around your area.
Definitely.
It's very important. Now, one of the things I did share, I believe last week or early this week, they're kind of all running together, is Attorney General Brnovich shared a release about they're trying to create an educational campaign to really let people know that APS isn't going to have you pay your utility bill with green dot money cards, and a variety of other things like that, where they're targeting people, not just elderly. It's a lot of people that are falling for it. So they're trying to create an educational campaign, but also work with retailers so they can post signage that let people know. Utility companies don't require you bring this type of gift card to, or call them and provide the number of the phone. And I know you guys see it, you hear it every day, but I do like that the Attorney General's office is, you know, kind of working in a different way too, to educate people, because I guarantee you they're getting so many calls every day also about people that have been taken advantage of, or just the concern because maybe someone they know has fallen victim to it.
I think that's one of like the biggest red flags. If somebody asks you to pay with prepaid cards, gift cards, that is a huge red flag that it might be a scam. So
Better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
And again, for a lot of these, the sheriff's office isn't going to call you and threaten to come and arrest you over the phone. They're just going to show up.
They're not giving you a warning.
Same
They're going to
with
come up to your house.
YPD and the marshals. They usually don't work over the phone because all that does is give you a head start. So, we're being honest.
And we don't call either for to register people or sign them up for the Are You OK program or like the vacation notification services that we offer. Those are free programs that you do have to sign up for. So if you get a phone call from a law enforcement agency trying to sign you up for these services and then charge you for it, that is a scam.
Do not do it. Do not do it. And I'm sure they probably spoof or use different numbers anyway. But even so, save the number if you can, so you can report it and let them know.
Absolutely.
And this is always one of those things I hope people are having conversations throughout the day or over the next few weeks and say, oh, hey, by the way, have you heard about this? Just be aware of it. So the more we can educate, the better.
Absolutely.
Keep our communities and our families safe. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
All right, again, if you would like to get signed up for the Are You OK program, you can go to the Yuma County Sheriff's Office website or call Sergeant Moraz's office at 928-819-2212. We are going to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon Selfie out in the courtyard. We'll be back with more of the show, and Bootylicious Janice here in just a few minutes.